Wait to introduce her. The Nipissing University Brantford campus concurrent education program valedictorian, chosen by her classmates, is Katie William. I am honored in welcoming this fellow graduate to deliver her valedictorian address. Please join me in welcoming her, Katie William.
If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. And just for good measures, if you could repeat after me. As we know that no Nipissing presentation can be started without it. Good evening, graduating class of 2013, our honorable guests, our family, friends, staff, faculty, and everyone else who is here to join us in our celebration. It is my incredible honor to be addressing you tonight as the valedictorian for the Laurier Nipissing class of 2013. I really want to take a moment first to thank you all for being here today to celebrate with us, but also for everybody helping us get to this moment. And grads, if you would, join me in a round of applause thanking everybody in this room who helped you get here through the ups and the downs, providing the support that you needed, those late night calls, anything that you really needed. So thank you very much for that. We couldn't have done it without you. A couple of months ago, a friend asked if she could nominate me for this. She's sitting back there. I blame her. I've spent those last couple of months trying to come up with the perfect words for today. I had the ever so daunting task of trying to describe what this program, this community, and the last 5 years have been to me, what they have meant for us, and how I could share those experiences with you. And then I thought to myself, you were all here, you all lived it, and participated in it in one way or other way, so my job just got a little easier. But let's take a minute to think back and reflect. Do you remember how we got here? Grade 12, maybe a victory lap? Remember applying and then waiting with great anticipation for that large envelope that held one important line? Congratulations, you have been accepted. And here we are, 5 years later. This moment, just like that large envelope, will be impossible to forget because this day marks another unforgettable milestone in our lives. Are you ready to embrace what follows? I'm not sure that I am. Graduation is a very strange time for me. It's a time to reflect on the past, but also look onward to the future. It's a formal recognition of all the hard work and adventures we have gone through over the past 5 years, and really does launch us into the next chapter in our lives. When I first applied and accepted to the program, I knew, of course, I'd be moving to Brantford. At that time, I really only knew one thing about the city. It had a fantastic athletic complex, with a really great pool, with a water slide that went outside the building. Wayne Gretzky Center. If you haven't been, go. But what a great first impression to have. And as many of you can attest, even 5 years ago when we started here, downtown Brantford and our campus was a very different place. And as we have grown up on this campus, the city and the community has grown with us. One of my favorite things that I love about this campus is how it's truly nestled right into the downtown. It has provided us with a vibrant and diverse place to live and learn. My friends and I have spent hours walking the Grand River trails and enjoying time on local patios to avoid studying, which we will be revisiting later tonight if anybody would like to join. But for most of us, Brantford became our home away from home, and we were very sad to leave after 5 years. Fortunately, I was not gone long and am now back working here, so all is well. But do you remember when we started our program, everyone would ask us, what is concurrent education? More importantly, what is contemporary studies? Did we ever really find out? To explain the program was more complicated than we could have imagined, but ultimately we would tell people we were working towards a goal. We could answer that childhood question, what do you want to be when you grow up? We want to be teachers. And then after that got answered, it became a little more tricky as we worked out just how to explain our attendance at 2 universities, the multi-campus connections. It got easier with time, or people just stopped asking. But these 5 years have truly taught us important lessons and provided us with many experiences. Some of us leave here today echoing the sentiment of wanting to be a teacher louder than ever. For others, maybe the dream has changed. Some of us will go on to grad school, some of us will travel the world, some have jobs lined up, and many will hopefully be teaching our kids someday. And the future is uncertain in many, many ways, and I cannot tell you how it will be or pretend to offer you advice as I am on this journey with you all. But I know that I can look into these faces around me and know that whatever you do, you will still be able to challenge, demand, and discuss the best, demand the best from yourself and those around you. As a class, we have spent 5 years getting to know each other, creating a collective set of memories that will forever hold special meaning to us. The more I thought about it, the more I find it harder to believe that I might ever find another group like this class. Your care and concern to challenge yourselves and others was constant, and yet the support was endless. Take this morning. Waking up, what did we all do? Check our Facebook? How many status posts were there? Congratulating everybody, celebrating in this moment together. It was amazing. And through all the group work, all the class presentations and discussions, the spirit and intelligence of this class was truly immense. I was molded by this campus. I was molded by this community, by all of you sitting here. It was you who made me the person I am. And it was you who were my competition and also my backbone, constantly pushing me to do and be better. And I thank you for that. And I'm so proud of all the personal and professional development that we have seen together over the past 5 years. But of course, this all really developed from the program we chose to be a part of. Especially with the growing campus, there were so many opportunities to us to get truly involved in our learning. From the Student Advisory Council and NUSA, we had fantastic and helpful workshops and lots of programming that gave us a place to learn and interact outside the classroom. We also got to work on very innovative projects like the Connecting with Nature curriculum guide, developed in partnership with the David Zucchi Foundation, which David Zucchi came to visit us. You can see many photos of him in the slideshow, which is very neat. With technology in the classroom, we got to experience a very forward approach to teaching. From Blackberries to iPads, smart boards, document cameras, math programs, we learned more ways to help us engage and motivate students and ourselves. In the kindergarten room, many of us learned the joys of play-based learning. How great it is for kindergarten, but also how well it can be applied through any grade. Not to mention, we also learned the proper technique to make green eggs and ham. And our practicum places were really the highlight. For 5 years, we got to go into classrooms, working hands-on with students, and in our 4th year, experience other places that our teaching degree could take us with the alternative practicum, where we truly got to choose what we wanted to do. I spent mine cuddling with kittens at the Kitchener-Waterloo Humane Society. Doesn't really get better than that. While others had the opportunity to spend 3 weeks in Kenya or Italy. It was truly gaining an international perspective of education. And we were all jealous when we saw the photos, and as they circulate through again, we're all jealous again. But it looked like a truly once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And along with the practicum placements, of course, came mentorship. We were guided into the world of teaching and university with another student who was there to answer the many silly questions that we thought were too silly to ask. But in the end, what we truly gained from this program was confidence. We can now walk into a classroom, know what to do, what to say, and most importantly, how to manage the room, even if we need to wing it, which is quite a lot. We truly had the best of both worlds through Nipissing and Laurier. The education program, paired with contemporary studies, made our learning very real and applicable. We stayed connected to real-world events, which is exactly what we always tried to emphasize in our teaching. It helped us learn to teach kids, not subjects. Which brings me to our professors. I'm glad to see so many of you here today. I cannot say enough how amazing an experience you have made our time here. Some of you have been with us from the beginning. Some of you, we wish we met you earlier. You have made our time here fantastic. You've been here to support our discussions, let us make mistakes, and have watched us grow. In first year education and schooling, it nearly terrified half of us away, but it provided a fantastic diving block into the world of education, past and present. It got us thinking about what makes a good educator and where we want it to go. In language arts, we were reminded how much we truly love literacy and got to relive some of our favorite childhood memories. In music and art, we learned that everybody could be an artist if they tried. In math, we finally learned how to multiply properly using our fingers. Ask one of the students here, they will show you, it's great. And in gym, we learned some pretty unforgettable dances and more cooperative games than we could have ever imagined. And even though at times our homework seemed larger than the entire Harry Potter series combined, we made it through, now with our degrees to prove it. We can't really explain how much or what we learned over the past 5 years, but I'm sure it was a lot. And we've heard over and over again, as educators, we must be lifelong learners. So, as you go out onto your journey, remember to keep learning, as I know you are all capable of doing. And I'm sure you'll be all right. That's what I'm hoping anyways. Just remember that the skills and knowledge we have learned and gained over these past 5 years are applicable everywhere, in education and beyond. When we entered university, it seemed like we had such big dreams, but ultimately, we dreamed of getting to this day. Now is the time for bigger dreams and larger goals than ever. Getting to this moment has been the driving force in our lives for the past 5 years. So find a new dream and make it your driving force. And when all else fails, as cliche as it sounds, just remember what Dr. Seuss told us. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction that you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. So, let's raise our glasses in a toast to our class of 2013. I cannot be more honored to have gone on this journey with you all, and more excited to enter this whole new world with anyone else. Congratulations, grads.
Congratulations, Katie. Raise a glass.
Thank you, Katie, for your inspiring address, and congratulations on this honorable distinction. Tonight was so much more than celebrating academic success.